I am here at Ungilsan Station, and you may ask yourself, where the hell is that? It's Paldang Lakes down there, so I'm north up the Han. When it splits, part of it goes down to Cheongju, part of it comes back up north towards Gapyeong and Chuncheon. I'm going north. So let's get on the road, because there's edition 2. It's part 2 of Drink the Beer, Walk Off the Calories. So here's the river. It's been 2 years since my first one. I didn't do it last year because the entirety of my vacation was taken up by my parents being here, which is fine. Love you. But I didn't have any real time to kind of trek off. Initially, we kind of joked before they came, I don't want to see you every day, Kevin. Oh yeah, we'll be together most of the time. But yeah, in our heads we were probably thinking 66-33. But then when we were actually together, I think we realized how much we missed each other, and I think I was with them like 95% of the time, barring like them going back to the hotel at night, obviously. But as far as going out and doing stuff and showing them around. But here's our first beer. It is the Craft Bros Wonder Pale Ale. I see this a lot. I didn't realize Craft Bros made this because I wasn't really looking too much. I love Craft Bros. This is the New England Pale Ale. Easy drinking and enjoyable. I can handle the cold. I can handle snow. I don't care. This is going to do me in though. Like, I don't have boots. Like, if it's this the whole time, I'm going to be like, I don't know. We'll have to see. If my feet get really wet, I'm fucked. This blows. I didn't realize how shitty it was going to be out here. If I had winter boots, I'd just trudge through it. There's a bus that goes along the whole way. It's 17 kilometers. I can give up anytime I want. I don't want to. I just got here. I started my step counter. I'm at... shit. Okay, it's starting now, and I'm sitting down. But I'm gonna not give up now, obviously. If my feet get wet and cold, I may just have to deal with it. I'm young. I'm in Korea. I'm not like out in some forest in northern Ontario. My toes aren't going to fall off. So I may just carry on. This is, I started with something lighter. Again, Pale Ale. New England Pale Ale. Nepa. Not too common. Actually, Nepa make my socks. Yeah. But yeah, New England Pale Ale. A lot of times you'll see Nepas. This is kind of nice. The body's a bit lighter. 5.7? Correct. Again, Craft Bros make a hell of a pale ale, especially their hazies, their Life series. I didn't know this was them because I always get their Life series stuff with the picture on it. This is more like a comic-y book kind of thing. Wonder Pale Ale, like Wonder Woman, double dry hopped. Not too many details, unlike their Life ones. They say, oh, it's not clear because there's oats in it. This is basically for, I think, people for their first time having a hazy or a New England style. But yeah, nice, refreshing, light. The hops aren't overbearing. Again, maybe as an intro to someone who hasn't had this style, right? Yeah, quite nice. Anyway, let's march on towards our death. I have to get out of here. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. My feet are wet already. Like, look at this. Look at the path I'm walking down. It's nonsense. Like, look at that shit. And then it's just more of that. But I have an idea. I'm going to go somewhere else. It's out of the way. Fuck. But I came like a 2-hour ride out here on the fucking subway from my house. So I'm not going home. So we'll see you at the next spot. Alright, backup plan. I'm at Jungrang-yok, which means I'm near Jungrang-chon, which I've already walked. But I have an idea. Let's get down to the river and have my second beer. It's beautiful. Alright, I just had a Dakgalbi Bongus burger, the rice burger things. It's actually really spicy. Jesus. I got that because I need food. And I was going to get Dakgalbi at some cool new, like, doing interesting things with Dakgalbi restaurant between Ungilsan and Daesongri-yok. So, I suppose that's a small bit of comfort knowing I had something Dakgalbi related. Regardless, I need something strong now. The Grabber. Perfect. The Grabber. So, let's open this. Let's get a little sip. This is from Mr. Lee. I like them. Let's do it. My feet are kind of wet from earlier, but I'll survive. This is, despite contrary belief, or despite common belief, not a collaboration between me and Mr. Lee. But my plan now is basically to go from Jungdang Station. I already did this like months ago in the spring. It was a lot warmer. I walked from Noan down to the Han River on this river. And so now I'm going to go down to the Seoul Forest area and then go all the way from the end of Cheonggyecheon to City Hall. Then I'll go home. So I've already burned off the calories from the first beer. This is the next one. Much thicker and more velvety than the Craft Bros one. The alcohol on this one is 6%. Okay, so it's pretty close, but this one has a lot more mouthfeel to it and thickness and doesn't go down as easy. Still good though. I just mean as far as like the, I'm tired. I've been on the subway all day. The viscosity goes. Anyway, I'm gonna drink this. I'll give you some interesting shots of the river along the way. Completely different vibes to the North Hangang from earlier. It's louder too. This is definitely not the way I wanted to do this, but whatever. Majestic. You get a balcony, and you do, but fuck all of you. Beer number 2, done. I've burned 328 calories since that first one. On to the next one. I'm saving the Imperial Stout for last. Let's do a sour, then I'll do a lager. I have more distance than beer. Let's allocate 250 calories to each beer. So at this point, I'm ahead. And that's because I fucked up that first part and I burned a lot of calories getting to this part. It's noisy, it's not picturesque, but here's probably an area most of you haven't seen in Seoul, and there's me suffering for my hubris thinking that the trails wouldn't be covered in slushy shit. So, this is the Solheim. Wild Wave's finest, down in Busan, the sour experts. There's a dry hop sour. Let's get on the road. Oh, bad angle. But it was very short, so it was very curt. It was a curt angle. I'm wrestling with myself over these puns.
Dominate, you know, discourse of everything.
Old Ridge. Apologies to everyone. I'm not in the mood. I got a fucking podcast going too. The whole not walking up the Bukhan gang just sucks. So I'm doing the work. I'm walking. I'm now at almost 900 calories, which actually burns off the next one that I'm about to do. Just got to the mouth of the Cheonggyecheon. It's over there. So let's go over there and we'll do a little bit of... I've been doing some photography too. Just not in the mood to discuss beer. My feet are wet. I transported... Anyway, you get the idea. Oh, hi. Again, I'm not filming too much today. In a bad mood. It basically boils down to I've already walked the Jungdangcheon and now I'm at the mouth of the Cheonggyecheon River over there. And I've already done this too. It's 8 kilometers. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But this basically boils down to rural versus urban, right? It's noisy here. It's just much less interesting. The Han with the rivers on the side way up north is much more interesting than fucking It's not quite suburban because it's not Gyeonggi-do yet, but it's, as far as Seoul goes, it's suburban Seoul. I do have another beer. It's a Lake Tahoe lager, craft domestic lager. Lake Tahoe's premier American lager, light, crisp, and balanced. I had one of these the other day at Dalmek. All these beers today are from Dalmek. I'm gonna save the Imperial Stout for last. I'll do that at DDP. I don't think I'll finish the Cheonggyecheon. So light, perfect bitterness. You know, light and bitter, Kevin. Light means body and alcohol, right? Doesn't have anything to do with hops. Just usually more light beers are cheaper, so why would you put a lot of hops in them? But this is actually quite nice. 50/50 Brewing Company, the Tahoe series. But yeah, this is 4,900. This is pretty good American lager. American lagers don't have a lot of expectations for them. If we're being honest, right? We often think of Budweiser or High Life or Coors. This is quite nice, actually. And the trails here are notably free of all that shit. I was thinking about this. I'm not even sure this is a soul clearing the way, soul clearing the way thing. I imagine this is just the urban heat sink. Cities have like a 4 or 5 degree elevation and temperature, regardless of the weather, just from cars and all the black from the asphalt too. You know, buildings are warm. That warmth goes out through the walls of the building into the surrounding area. You know, well, nature's more powerful. Well, yeah, but when you have every single building at 21 degrees, you're gonna raise the general temperature of the entire city by 1.5 degrees from that leaching out of heat, right? This stuff counts when you talk about a city scale. Doesn't matter. This is like my 4th beer. I just started, and I started my first beer like 4 hours ago. Christ, what time is it? If you've, 4 hours ago. This kind of like belligerent, kind of sarcastic guy that you see now, I can't put that on the alcohol. Sorry. This is all fatigue, no coffee today too. I didn't have any time, and there wasn't any cafe out where I was earlier. This is simply being fed up, lack of coffee, and being 3 beers in over 4 hours though. And most of that wasn't drinking, right? Most of that was fucking transport and walking, yeah. Anyway, we'll get to DDP and I'll have the last beer.